Into the PHNX Rising Podcast. Everyone, it's Tuesday night. Appreciate everyone joining us. You know, whether you're a young boy
Producer
and girl.
Damon is just like,
yes,
he's just like really loving life over in the corner there.
He is, man. He was wearing a bald cap earlier, but hey, we welcome all. We welcome producer Damon.
It's a party.
Yeah, man.
PHNX Rising, brother.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. We're vibing, right?
It's a party. We don't know who the coach is, but it's a party.
Hey, yes. No, we welcome everyone, all the young boys and girls, the old men and women, everyone in between. We are there, right? Appreciate everyone joining us, right? We have a lot to get into today. Of course, I am Max Simpson. And
are you?
I am. And I am joined by Mr. Owen Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got our names down. Well done.
You know, hey, man, that's
We've
the
only
first
been doing this for how long?
Podcasting 101, guys. Get the names right, or at least get in the ballpark. But no, we got a lot to get to today. Right. Rising made many signings, a handful of signings, right, since our last pod. Also going to be talking about, some news around the league, which one of them will make a certain PHNX Rising co-host a little happy, but yeah,
don't know what that could possibly
don't know what that
be.
Can mean. Don't know what that can mean.
No,
but we really want to start off right. It's an interesting time for the club. I know, Owen, we were talking about it, before we hopped on. Of if you're looking at this, if you're going to tell me right in, early December, right? Phoenix Rising, they win the championship. They're then going to retain almost everyone core on the roster. And then, oh, by the way, they're adding a lot of young talent, especially a couple people who are going to be getting into later in the pod. Sure. Everything like that. And you're thinking, okay, great. We're building on something. It's optimism. It's yet another year within the Juan Guerra system. And yet over the past week, since Juan Guerra announced his departure and everything like that, this club and the supporters really have been left in a bit of this limbo with just not really information and really kind of being in this stage of who's leading the charge here? And that's a very unnerving feeling for people.
It is. I know, look, right? We'll start. There are multiple ways we can approach this. Let's talk a little bit about the fans, I think, and the fan reaction we've seen. There's been a lot of, I think, you look through Rising social media, people are definitely a little uneasy with how things are going. Not having clarity at this time is concerning. And it's understandable, completely understandable, right? The players reported yesterday. Mm-hmm. The players are back, but who is their leader? Who is the head coach? We don't know. And as the players started off today, as far as I'm aware, they didn't know either. Mm. So, look, it's not ideal. No. It has, however, been 2 weeks, and realistically, and I mean that's the thing. It's been around 2 weeks since we knew that he was likely, at the very least, to depart. I'm struggling with this at this point. It's been very quiet from the club, which I understand. There are certain things you're not going to want to put out there, but when you have the fans are clearly going to be as uneasy as this, it feels like it's a missed opportunity to be proactive. Yeah. Any kind of update publicly from the team. I mean, that's proactive. You can do that. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Look, you're on day 2 of training. No one said anything about an interim.
Right. Even said, right?
Well, not training, actually. They've been doing medical tests.
Right.
Day 2 of them having to be back here in town.
Even if you're still sorting out your business, right? Even whether that's ongoing internally, externally, whatever. The fact that even within the press release or any of the news that none of this was said, hey, by the way, so-and-so is going to be leading the team even in the interim. The fact that that hasn't happened, to me, it's inviting the fans to build their own narrative. And that, to me, is where the worry is as a club, you want to be able to control the narrative as best you can. You want to be able to say, hey, here's the direction we're going, even if you're sorting it out. It sounds crazy, but people like transparency. People want to be informed of what they can. And while you don't always have the answers, especially if you are doing a more in-depth searching process, you at least want to let people know, hey, this is where we're hoping to be by this time, or here's what's going to be happening in the day-to-day, at least at the moment. While this is easier said than done, and while I get the timing of this is tough given how close we are to preseason and everything, it doesn't mean that you still can't handle it from, a certain PR perspective.
No, right. And I'll take two of the comments here, which is intriguing. 2 in a row that are reading this in the completely different directions.
Sure.
Michael Van der Plas there. The longer it goes without one, the more I think it's Danny. Meanwhile, Fat Kid saying makes me feel like Danny isn't an option. I will say, to be fair, that you'd have thought, right, on the one hand, that the guy who's in-house, you should be able to get that done a lot quicker, a lot easier. Equally though, I can understand that you leave it long.
Yeah.
You try and get external people. Eventually, they will panic and they'll take the option that you've got at home, and that is Danny Stone.
Well, then, and to add to the duality of this, then you have Goalie Man Pat. If Danny was the option, they were going. I can see them taking a week or two to just think things through, but going on 2 weeks, I don't know.
No, I understand that. And you know what, though? I'll go back as well to something here. Another one from Goalie Man Pat, just a little bit further up there. Not so worried about the coach. He's more worried about the 34 goals we have to replace. Listen, right? The signings, we will get into them later. These were signings that we were hearing talk of before Juan Guerra departed. Okay? Who are you bringing in that is of that kind of a caliber in this league when you do not have a coach lined up?
Yep.
Who are you bringing in? Who are you selling on come to this team that is any good?
Agreed.
If you can't tell them what the coach is, how they're going to want them to play, all those kind of things, all of which are crucial to getting a player with aspirations come sign. And I think that's one of the bigger issues as well that I find with somewhat of the delay here, right? I understand they weren't left in the easiest of positions with Juan departing at the time that he did. It's understandable why he did, but it wasn't one of the easiest timings at all, okay? I understand that's difficult for the club then to work things out from. But you've got players that were signed on the basis that he was going to be here. You've got players that you've given the impression of this is the destination in USL Championship. And they arrive to this destination and they don't have a coach.
Yeah.
And it's radio silence on where things are going on at the moment.
Yeah. I think it's tough, man.
I'm not trying to put words in anyone's mouth at this point, but it's concerning. And I think if players that were new signings here were concerned about this, I'd understand it. I'd understand it.
Yeah.
It's not ideal to be in this situation. And again, just to have the silence in the way that it's been. I mean, there's been no talk publicly. The club has not put out at any stage information on what the recruitment process looks like. They've not put out information at any stage on who the interim is. No. We got no idea when they're looking to actually bring someone in at this point.
Yeah.
It's just in a lot of ways. The fact that it's so quiet, the fact that there's not a lot of talk around it coming out of the club at the moment, I understand it in part, but at the same time, it's not going to put people at ease.
Yeah, no, it's not, man. I mean, listen, even if these talks are going on internally, even if the players who are in the squad, who are on the team, even front office personnel, even if people are being informed of what the plan is, if you're not able to put that out and rally the fans around it, I mean, that's tough, man. Again, I go back to people, while they want all the answers, even just some sort of update helps people. The complete radio silence, it's not good from an outsider's perspective. Then the other part of this is, right, not only is preseason around the corner, then you also have FanFest and all these other things. And listen, we're not saying that, someone won't be named by this point, but the fact is you keep on, the longer this thing goes, the less familiarity or that bond is going to be built between the club and the fan base. And we said last week, we're not expecting in any way to be replicated from Juan Guerra. He was a very unique personality and the connection that he had with the fans. But you got to start somewhere. And the sooner you're able to announce or even give a little bit of information for the fans, the better.
No, exactly, right? Again, it's such a weird one, right? Coming off a season, we were speaking about this earlier. Such a weird one coming off a season where they win the league. You look at it and think, okay, this squad is improving by a decent amount. But then you end up with this kind of awkward unease.
Yeah. I mean, again, the weird part about all this is like, it doesn't mean that some worries don't go away when they announce a new head coach.
I mean, this could be resolved tomorrow, right? We're not pretending that this isn't. There could be someone announced tomorrow morning. You wake up, it's there, right? It's entirely possible. Doesn't mean it will, but it is entirely possible.
For sure. And I think it's interesting. Even when a new head coach gets announced, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's still an acclimation period, everything like that. Even if Juan Guerra was still here, there's still challenges that have phases. It doesn't mean, cool, if Juan Guerra was back and we ran back this entire same squad, fantastic, they're winning it again this year. It just, the later you leave these things, it's such a different vibe from where we were 2 months ago. It's not, to me, all doom and gloom. There's a lot of positives. I love the club and how it's constructed. So anyone listening, don't misconstrue that. There's still a lot of optimism for this club heading into this season. I mean, arguably, even possibly some might even say more than last year. Really just depends on where kind of you're looking on that side of the coin. But it just is such a weird feeling where everything feels good about this team from on paper, except for that whole thing of who is leading them. It's kind of a big one.
Big piece of the puzzle.
Just a big piece of the puzzle there. Man, yeah, I mean, it's from the fan perspective. It's just going to be interesting again, right, on our end, seeing how, right, whoever gets named, how they're going to come along, how it's going to be covered and all that stuff, how they're going to be covered. But we'll see, man. I mean, again, it's the weird thing, too, to your point, this can all be resolved tomorrow. This can be all resolved in a matter of days. And it's something you don't want to have fester. We're so close to the season starting. This should not be the topic. This is not what you want as a topic in any team, much less one that is trying to defend this bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Oh, goodness. Well, we'll try. I did see, right, the goal, seeing on top of there, if you actually scroll up, producer Damon, someone was mentioning about the 3 or 4 goals, which we saw, but keep on going up a little bit more. A little bit more. I thought I saw a possible solution. Right down right there, fat kid. Michael Allen, if you know this, Max is a Golden Boot winner. Just throwing that there. We're not saying that's the winner. I do respectfully decline, by the way, any advances.
Was that worth it, Max? Was that worth
it? It was.
You know, Max is gonna come out with nonsense like that. And then, you know what, Max? What did we say to you? What did we say to you last week? We told you, go to those open tryouts. Go on, do it. What did you not do? You didn't go to the open tryouts.
You owed us that.
And
you could have gone.
I believe I also mentioned that I would go if you went.
No, you didn't.
No, well, I definitely thought that. I forgot to.
I would have gone. I'd have gone with a camera.
Yeah, no, I want you to participate. Oh, and you don't know that you clatter into people's ankles. That's why we're not allowed to play soccer anymore because of you. Anyway, no, I'm totally kidding. Anyway, yeah, you know who is allowed to play soccer? Friends of Circle K. Friends of Circle K, they can play soccer.
What is that transition?
I don't know. Friends of Circle K can play soccer because
what is that transition?
They're always hitting the mark with their inner circle
it's
program.
It's worse your transition when you're playing FIFA.
Oh man, that's just uncalled. That's uncalled for. I had a pretty good transition when I was playing FIFA. Stat
you just lost 6-3 to Stat Lackey.
Okay, that game got out of hand. It was fine. It was fine until it wasn't. Circle K is always fine though. Circle K is always fine. You are able to download the Circle K app, opt into the Inner Circle program. All you need is a phone number. Guys, they got great stuff. They got some awesome deals going on. Again, as you know, first-time members, 25 cents off a gallon for your first 5 fill-ups. You get free Polar Pops, free snacks, everything like that. They're always doing, fun things going around. Circle K, guys, it's just too good of a deal. If you haven't done that yet, literally free gas. Discounted gas. I can't say free again.
You keep saying free.
Free savings? Savings are free. Savings are free. That's the caveat. Read the fine print. But yes, Circle K Inner Circle program. Join today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for more details.
I got a text from Circle K this morning for being in the Inner Circle, Max.
Yeah, what did they say?
They told me about a Celsius raspberry peach flavor that's only available at Circle K.
I do like that.
Taste a free one on them. Just for being an Inner Circle member.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We like that.
Can you believe that?
I can't believe that.
See, unlike the actual ad sales guy, our friend over there, producer Damon's actually saying things that are accurate.
What did I say that wasn't accurate?
You know what you said that wasn't accurate. You keep having to correct yourself, man.
Oh, doesn't sound like maybe. You know what is
tripping over those words?
We love Circle K.
You know what is accurate?
Let's go.
Four Peaks is at Circle K. Also accurate, Four Peaks has a new look, man. It's refreshing. It's delicious. You're drinking a little peach ale, which you so often, it's either the peach or the wow for you, right? Maybe a little golden mixed in.
Golden. I'll take the Kilt Lifter as well.
I mean, this man likes it all. I'm watching a little Wow Light Citrus Ale, the light version. About to play some footy after this. No big deal. So, I got to hydrate with the best.
Oh, you better at that than FIFA.
Friends at Four Peaks, they will make sure we are all taken care of, right? They do have their new Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale. It's a collab between Four Peaks and Bad Birdie. Both are local to AZ, as you guys know. Super drinkable. It's per combination at the tee box or in your fridge or down your gullet. Visit fourpeaks.com/locator. Find all your favorite beers and events. Check out Four Peaks Brew and at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest and greatest at Arizona's hometown brewery. Must be 21 years or older to drink Four Peaks. Please enjoy responsibly. There we go.
Let's go to the chat there. Mr. Jake Anderson. Max, you are trash at FIFA. Yeah, well, Thank you, Jake.
Jake was too afraid to show his face.
Reese, Jake knows ball.
Jake also beat Stat Like Reese, so I don't know what he's saying.
So. No, Jake knows ball.
What's that? I was being polite to the guest. You were being polite.
He's being polite to the guest.
You see, Jake is good at FIFA.
Yeah.
Such as is Reese. As am I.
I've beaten all of you. I've beaten all of you.
You are not.
You've never played me, actually.
We've probably played 20 times. You've probably beaten me twice.
How many times have you rage quit, Max?
Never. Out of my character. Out of my character. I need to see Dan versus Max in FIFA. I am a fan. I challenge anyone. Play me at FIFA. My Xbox One username is @ToTheVeryMax. So TO, by the way, TO.
To the very max.
Very original, pretty creative. Yeah.
Wow. Where do you get those? Where do you get that?
Add me, bro. When your name's an adjective and a verb and really everything, you kind of just work it in everywhere you can. On that note,
kind of explains why he's quite so cringe.
Speaking of working into where they can, PHNX Rising has some new player signings. What? That was a good one.
Why do you always do these transitions, my friend?
How long have you known me?
Clearly too long, unfortunately.
PHNX Rising has some new signings. Owen, we got 3 to choose from. Who'd you like to start off with first?
Let's do them in order chronologically. Pap, my boy.
Please.
There we go. Our boy, Pat, my boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's joining from the Clemson Tigers down there in the NCAA Division 1.
That is.
NCAA Division 1 champion this year. He was the defensive MVP.
Yes.
In the College Cup. He's definitely an interesting move, of course, someone that we were expecting.
Yes.
Although it was expected broadly to go in the MLS draft.
I mean, this was one where it made waves when, it was announced where it's like, hey, this guy has talent to enter the MLS draft and honestly have a pretty good standing. But no, he said in his own words, the offer to come to Phoenix means a lot to me because it will be my first contract as professional, right? Love the route he went.
You want some fun facts? We can talk some fun facts about, I'll give you this one.
This is thanks to Stat Like Reese.
Yeah, thanks to Stat Like Reese, who did drag this one out from the obscurity there. Did you know that Pat, my boy, played for Senegal? Of course, he is Senegalese.
But where did he play for Senegal?
The 2021 FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. They finished 4th in that. And he did actually score during the tournament as well.
Versus Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
a very niche tournament to play in.
Honestly, it might be harder than playing on a pitch. Do you know how hard it is to run in sand, dude? That is a toughie.
It is difficult, to be fair. There are some real bangers though. Have you ever watched that tournament? I believe there is another one coming up this year. Some very interesting goals that get scored in this tournament.
Bangers only, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I was going to say, guy has a good pedigree, all of that stuff. Again, I think we ran through his stats before, but again, his freshman season, 2 goals, a lot of yellow cards, some fouls. We like that. Again, NCAA tournament, most outstanding defensive player, all ACC freshman team, all ACC third team. It's good, especially for a guy who, of that age and everything like that. That's awesome to see.
Yeah.
And again, adds to the defensive depth of PHNX Rising.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we got next, Mr. Owen?
Should we look over to the Italian side here now?
Yes, we should.
With Giulio Doratiotto.
Gosh, yeah, I that was good. I need Jake Anderson here because he would put his panache on it, as they say.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
Joining in from Juve, under 19.
Guess the trip paid dividends.
It did. It turns out that was a very large part of the trip, if not the real motivating factor behind it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, right. Italian U19 capped, again, as you mentioned, Juventus U19. In his own words, learned a bit about Phoenix when the team visited Turin. Been there myself. It actually is a beautiful city. I've always been fascinated by America and the NBA and NFL. Fun fact about Turin, I actually watched the Champions League final there. Juve versus Barcelona.
You didn't go
back
to
in
the game itself, did you? You watched out in the
I was in the City Square, 2015. It was pretty cool because even though Juve ended up losing when they scored that goal, it was freaking electric. One of the coolest moments of my life. Boy, ain't talking about me. Talking about this guy. Right? I mean, you kind of saw his highlight tape. Guy can play a through ball, can ping it around. I think really fits the mold of where Rising is looking to get the ball moving up and down the pitch and really just play at a nice high tempo. I think, too, I like his range of passing. He can get the little 1-2, keep things connected, but also, again, that through ball has been good for Phoenix Rising. You can stretch a team vertically. I like how he can do that.
I'll say this. People inside the club are honestly surprised that they managed to actually land him.
Yeah.
They think he's a talent that's definitely of a higher caliber here.
Sure.
One of their favorite prospects they're finding out of Europe. So, yeah, we'll see how that one turns out, of course. I without going into it too much, we'll note the fact that obviously there was no video of him in the stadium released.
Yeah.
Read into that as and what you will. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he can contribute to this team.
It will be interesting, right? Looking at his season last season with Juve in their U19 team. Again, played multiple matches throughout league, the cup, youth league, all of that stuff. Dude played a lot of minutes, right? In the league, 19 matches, over 1,000 minutes played. Registering well across all competitions. You see the jump even from the season prior. A lot more game time in last season. It'll be cool to see. Had some time, right, with the U23 team as well this year. It's good experience. And, I mean, I think to your point, a guy of that caliber and being able to come away from an overseas trip with that guy, with that type of pedigree, knowing not only just even, forget the name itself, how Juve has churned out young talent, especially in the midfield position. My word, that's exciting to see.
It'll be interesting to see what he can contribute. Oof. Seriously interesting. Again, he's trained with some big names in Juve.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All righty. Last but not least, little Barca Academy graduate, if you will. Isaiah Kakush, little defender. All right. Hey,
although there's talk that he might be able to get involved a little bit more in the defensive midfield. So
great
we'll
head
see what the choice is.
Great head of hair on the lad as well, right? That's a nice little throw. Accolades. He is a US U15. He's capped. Again, in his own words, my goal this season is to break in and get some minutes with the first team. I want to get better every time I train. I think this is something, right? I like the last part of we've seen this, this club maybe not give minutes to younger players at times. So this will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, right. Two things I'll say on this one. Number one, I want to say that we have said for how long that this team doesn't take advantage of the fact that Barca Academy is literally down the road.
Oh, yeah.
How many times have we said that the top talents out of there getting plundered by other teams in USL? Why are we allowing that to happen in Phoenix? Why is that being allowed to happen?
I know. You don't even have to go to Barcelona.
We see it happening now that Rising are hopping in there, finally hopping on that train. Good. You got to give it a try, see what you can come out with. Some will work out, some won't work out.
Yeah.
Okay? But the other thing I'll say, and this is the interesting part with Isaiah, is he's he's a local lad.
Yeah.
He grew up watching this team.
Oh, yeah.
He grew up watching Phoenix Rising play football, and now he's being given the opportunity to play for Phoenix Rising.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really big landmark for this club to be in that position, and bodes well for the future.
It's just exciting, man. Right? Being able to have someone who has been embedded in this community again. I know.
He's also still only 15 at the minute.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's young. To turn 16.
He's younger than Statlacky Reese.
He is younger than Statlacky Reese. He makes Statlacky Reese feel old.
Man, and like a complete fit. No, I'm just kidding. We love Statlacky Reese. He's not a failure. He's not an abject failure. Whoever's saying that in the chat, guys, don't say he's not an abject failure.
That's you saying
No,
it,
I'm defending him. He's
Why
not
are you
an abject.
bullying the Statlacky
I am not. I was
what has the
defending
Statlacky done to you?
Okay,
besides beat you in FIFA.
Okay, well,
multiple times.
Where to start? No, it's exciting to see, right? He has even more accolades. He made the MLS Next Best of U17 team, went on trial to Nottingham Forest at their U18 team. He's appeared again for a country multiple times at their younger levels. It's exciting, right? It's the potential is there. You want to be able to see someone actually turn this in, and not just on his end, for the club to actually invest and give some minutes.
Yeah. I will say to the chat, like we don't care. You can stop talking about the other nonsense football. We're talking about real football here.
We're talking about real football.
Focus.
Yeah. Go to the Cardinals.
Focus.
Focus. I do recommend, if you want that, go to the PHNX Cardinals podcast. They wear bald caps, and you got the producer here still. So yeah, there's that guy. Yeah.
But yeah. So there's some moves. There's some moves that have been made. We'll see how they pan out. There could well be more on the way. You'd imagine there are a lot more on the way. And yeah, I mean, the issue now more than anything is that you need to get the head coach vacancy started.
Yes, of course. And it's good to talk about those signings. Mr. Owen Evans, I'm actually going to spring something on you. You do not know this is coming, but we actually do have some questions. We're going to do a little rapid fire from our Discord.
Indeed.
That's right.
Oh,
Ask the Owen. Ask the Owen from our Discord.
So you're
right?
saying rapid fire, but I'm about to open Discord up myself.
No, don't do it.
At least a
No, you cheat.
A little bit of advance.
Of course, you can ask these questions again if you are a diehard, of which there are many. You can hop in our Discord, ask questions. I literally asked, hey, guys, do you guys want anything asked? We're, of course, going to check the chat as we do, but really want to make sure we're getting some questions asked. Help the chat plan our show. I don't know what that says about us, but it does say a lot about our diehards. We do have one from Mikey. We do want to do a more vetted, little prediction show about the season of, right,
sure we will.
Who we're going to predict for newcomer, most improved, all that stuff. I'll ask you this. Out of the new signings, who are you most excited about so far? And
Tough.
chat, please chime in as well.
Tough. I mean, there's a few guys here who are big potential upsides.
Yep.
Okay, so you'd look at your Dorothy Otto as someone who's a big potential upside,
Yes.
but you don't know if he's going to realize that this year. He's still very young. Okay, you can look at guys like Azakar who have done a lot more.
Absolutely.
Of the course and more proven. I think he's the safer bet here.
Sure.
If we're going to go down that route. Rito, another name
Sure.
that I think is someone who's a safe bet as a potential. Yeah.
Okay. And I think the beauty about this is that this is again ebb and flow, right? This is something where, hey, after training, after preseason games, our answers definitely going to change, and I think it'll be cool to.
And of course, the team isn't finished signing people.
Well,
yet. That's another big part.
Not really help with the coach, but we've already kind of vetted that part. But yes, no, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna, keep on giving our answers, and it's gonna change possibly from week to week. But we definitely want to do a more vetted, kind of pod before the regular season starts and all that stuff about predictions. But no, thank you, Mikey, for posing that. This is this is actually probably a question for next segment from Albert's side. We'll save that, but. Really, I do like this one from Rebred. I think this is too short notice for night, but a little squad review coming into the season. Not anything in detail, but just noting positions that need some bolstering. What positions need some bolstering?
The attack. I mean, it's pretty simple, right?
I thought I already had that covered.
Yeah,
actually, no, I did.
This team does
decline.
not have that covered, right? We've got to talk about the reality of losing Manuel Arteaga and Danny Trejo.
It is actually
how
crazy.
You replace those goals.
How do you?
Okay, Arteaga's left. Danny Trejo, of course, signed over in Poland.
Yep.
So we'll have to see how you're going to replace that. Again, that's something you can't do a whole lot about right now unless you already had something in the works until you get this head coaching issue sorted. Genuinely, It's going to be difficult. I think to sell people who are of the caliber that this team would require to replace guys like that without having someone in place who can tell them what the big picture plan is.
Yes.
On the playing side.
It's true, man. Yeah, gosh, that really is. I think you're kind of looking on a paper, everything else from the depth and just the top level guys who are going to be on the squad. It's very easy. Even if those guys were to come back, I still think that the attack, you can never have too many attackers, especially given injury or given just how many games Rising's hoping to play this year. Hopefully make a deeper cup run. Here we go. But no, I definitely attack is the main go-to when you lose your top 2 goal scorers. That's definitely going to be the big red flag there. Yeah, man. No, it's interesting. Again, they can't be like Spurs who midfielders racking up goals aplenty. So they can be, but it's not guaranteed. So we'll have to see. Need some new forwards in there.
Reference in here.
It's what I do. Just wait.
All we need now is a Reno 1868. We're really checking off all the boxes, aren't we, Max?
Corey Herzog, you there?
No. No.
Oh man.
What is he doing now? What's Corey Herzog?
You are actually Googling Corey Herzog.
I am actually looking up. He played for Union Omaha in 2022. And has done nothing since.
I got no problem with Corey. He's a nice guy.
He did talk some things about PHNX Rising while he was with San Diego. So yeah.
It's fair. Well,
Yeah, it's a very good point there from Reese. He did. Well, no, he didn't actually. He didn't play in League 2 with Demos Manis. He did play for them in the Open Cup. But yes, he played for clubs at each level of the USL pyramid.
Happy birthday, Devin! Ooh, let's go. Let's go.
It's true. It's coming up.
Buddy, and then Van Niels Bluebird, we need to get the coach sorted before we can look for a new forward.
Agreed.
I do disagree. I agree. The tough part is shoot, man, I hope this is a moot point, but the longer things go on, it's less training time, it's less game. I really hope we're not at the point where we're missing preseason games. We don't have a coach. Please, PHNX Rising, announce a coach. Announce a new coach, please. Yeah.
I was about to make another comment, but I'll leave it be.
Fair enough. You know what I will not leave be? It's our friends at OG's Brands, right? Can't leave them be. It's sweeping the nation, but not really. It's sweeping Arizona because it is Arizona's local cannabis gummies. Scratch made. It will be coming. I hear rumors. I hear rumblings that they are going to be coming to more places soon. But for now, they are Arizona, baby. They are ours. Only ours, right? They do have launched 2 new products. They have the live rosin, right, with the RSOs. It's the OG's Naturals and the Big OG's. OG's Naturals are vegan gummies, right? Again, got a vegan in your life. They're available in sweet clementine flavor. It is delicious. It does love a little sweet clementine. And again, it's vegan as well. They have the Big OGs, right? That was my nickname in college. Hey, with the Big OGs, right? They have Beg's Raspberry Orange. It is one of their most popular products. It's a big, giant OGs, 100 milligrams of THC, and you can perforate it into 10 milligram gummies. Why are you giving me that look? I know that you wouldn't be giving that look if you just took an OGs because you'd be feeling much better, but apparently something is not sitting well with you, Mr. Owen.
With your nickname in college.
I say that for a lot of things. It wasn't my nickname in college. I'm just gonna throw it out there. But check out OG's Brands. It is absolutely phenomenal, absolutely delicious. You must be 20 years or older to enjoy responsibly, but of course, find them at ogsbrands.com. Check them out at a local dispensary near you and follow them on all socials at OG's Brands. And then, of course, you guys got to become a diehard, right? Again, we're talking about the Discord, how fun it is to be in the chat, to help us shape the show, ask us questions.
You get a whole new platform for Max. I mean, he just admitted it, so I mean, we can say this now comfortably. You get a whole new platform to enjoy Max talking out of his ass. You just admitted you say a lot of things.
I do say a lot of things. That doesn't mean talking on my ass. I'm not Jim Carrey. Please, if anyone gets that reference, that's a fantastic one right there. Great movie. Right? I mean, Devin just hit me up. He's saying play me in FIFA, right? So I told him, at me, bro. Again, username at to the very max. But sign to Discord, challenge me at FIFA if you dare. But yeah, it's fun. We got shirts as well. Of course, you can check them out at phnxlocker.com. Owen is wearing the PHNX. As you can see, I'm wearing Arizona versus everyone. And yes, it is a Coyotes sweatshirt, but also it applies to all Arizona sports teams, right? Arizona versus everyone, Phoenix versus everyone. I see producer Damon Dog with the Phoenix little tie-dye camo-esque hoodie.
So comfy. I mean, you could just sleep in this thing. You could wear it every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah. See, I would be repping mine, but unfortunately, Samantha, who is my girlfriend and who is very real, as you guys saw during the trial, has stolen mine.
We don't believe you.
No, that is not true. She admitted it. It is in a court of law.
Hang on. Wait, if it was a court of law, why are you out of prison, mate? You were sentenced to life imprisonment.
And why didn't you go to the open tryout?
Yeah.
You were sentenced to the open tryout.
Rumor has it that Max's girlfriend was actually a paid actor. Did you know that?
Okay, no,
I've heard that.
You heard that.
That was under a court of law.
I heard that as well.
She took an oath. She's a real person. She's my girlfriend. All right.
If you say so, brother.
Round the USL. Well, another question that I do want to get to right from the Discord. Albert was asking us, before we get into shenanigans, do a little small piece of business, is Albert did ask in our Discord, I also wouldn't mind a look around the West to get caught up on what our competition has done in the offseason. I'm not going to ask you to name every team. Any notables? Which team most improved?
See, now this I'd have had to prepare for, Max.
This is why I gave you rapid fire. Owen
I don't
Evans
really work like that, mate. There's moves every day, and I don't follow them all immediately.
Owen Evans coming up short.
Well, go on then, Max. What do you think?
Does any stand out to you, Owen?
Does anyone stand out to you, Max?
I think
if you're gonna bully me on this one, who stands out to you, Max?
Oh my gosh,
what moves are really exciting you?
The one time Owen gets bullied,
what
and he gets
moves
defensive.
are really exciting you right now, Max? Simpson?
I think the Las Vegas Lights have excited me.
Yeah, with the no players that they've signed. That's
yes, of course. Hey, Vegas was
they've got
so
a new
bad.
owner before they got a single player on the box.
Vegas is so bad. Any players that they add, listen, that it just kind of kills any semblance of career by not adding a player. I think that's actually doing their squad the best service that they can.
Yeah.
That's big brain right there.
To be fair, actually, if we're going to talk about West, just reminding myself, actually, of some people. Tulsa have made some moves, really rebuilding that midfield. Be interesting to see how that one works, of course, with Jeremy Kelly there. And Charlie Adams and Justin Portillo, guys like that. Okay, and of course, a new head coach is announced today as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because Blake Gavin departed there. There's been a lot of moves around. I mean, Hartford, if you look in East, Hartford are an interesting one. Because they, once again, are throwing everything at it pretty much. And I don't know, we'll see quite what they manage to do there. Then if you look at some of the others, I don't know. I mean, El Paso have made a few moves. And we'll still have to wait to see how that one works there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to Scott's point there, Las Vegas Lights most improved from the ownership turnover alone. Yeah. And Rhode Island do look scarier East, but they're in the East. So
he said West.
Yeah, we'll see then.
Directions right. Again, we'll
Stop
do
bullying the stat lackey.
We'll do it.
This is uncalled for.
It's just banter. It's the business.
He's bullying stat lackey here.
No, he's.
I don't know, Damon. What do you think?
There are rumors swirling that Max hates young boys.
Yeah,
this is true.
That's not true. It's
they did successfully beat Max on FIFA just then, so I mean,
Swiss. Anyway,
and now we're just offending countries.
No,
now we're just offending countries.
No, we're not.
Speaking of being offensive,
that's a great segue. This podcast has gone off the rails, and this is somehow going to get us back on it, but not really. There's been some news today.
There has been
the weirdest crossover. I did not think that we were going to wake up to Jose Batista buying the Las Vegas Lights, and yet here we are. And if Brett
Lashbrook is gone,
and if Brett Lashbrook is gone,
we need to give a tribute though. I think we'll do the video tribute first. Should we to the chaos that was the many years of Brett Lashbrook?
If you were listening on audio and you're like wondering what the heck was just happening, go and watch this video again at PHNX Sports on YouTube, also on our Twitter at PHNX _Rising. It was a tribute of all the compilations of everything that happened under the ownership of Brett Lashbrook. Everything from cash drops to coaches speaking out to cash and everything in between. But Owen, a lot happened.
Yeah, a lot happened. But you know what else happened? We can talk about this one now. Let's have a look at what happened,
or rather,
from a sporting
what didn't
side,
happen. Winning
season by season under Brett Lashbrook. Look at this, right? 2018, 15th in the West with 0.91 points per game. 2019, 13th in the West, 1.21 points per game. 2020, 5th in Group B, that's out of 5, with 0.69 points per game. 2021, 8th in the Pacific, that group had 8 teams, 0.66 points per game. Last season, their best season ever, 1.32 points per game. They finished 9th in the West. They were outside the playoff positions. And 2023, 12th in the West, 0.56 points per game. Dead last. All time in USL.
It is.
The Brett Lashbrook.
Yeah, that is.
They played 184
horrible.
games. They won 42 of them. That is a 22.8% winning percentage.
23.
Brett Lashbrook was not a winner with that team.
Yeah, that is putting it lightly. When your best season is 1.32 points per game and you're finishing 9th.
They never made the playoffs. He was there for 6 seasons. How do you not make the playoffs for 6 seasons in USL?
I mean, dude, like 2 out of 3 teams make it.
Yes! They let everyone in.
Yeah. I mean, not to go.
How do you manage that?
Oh, God.
That is mediocrity on another level. And that's being unfair to mediocre to call them that, to be honest.
Oh,
They were
Oh,
awful.
yeah, here we go, Jake. Pete Rising in Phoenix into that 2023. That was probably their highlight.
That was one of, 3 wins they had all season, I
Goodness
think?
gracious.
Something like that. They didn't have many wins at all, did they?
Finished better in Rising than 2022. I mean, that just goes to show that's their hive. That's I don't even know what to say,
Hey,
man.
Cup final, well done, boys. Put that on a banner and enjoy it. You never get to the playoffs. So, yeah, they won 3 games last season. The next the worst team in USL had 10 wins. They only won 3 in the Western Conference now, ignoring the East because the East is a simulation and doesn't count. But what an awful side.
Yeah, it's not great, man.
And it's one of those things, I think, you look at it and you think about it, and under Lashbrook, it was clear. I mean, coaches have said it, players have said it. I mean, that video, we had a former Lights player liking it on Twitter, right? They never took the sporting side seriously.
Yeah.
They just focused on gimmicks that, I mean, earlier I said that they went from weird to annoying, but I think they also went beyond that.
Yeah.
They went beyond that. They became reckless at times.
It's a joke. It's not at times, man.
No, but some of the things were actively dangerous.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, not everything from just the aesthetic of things to the pitch or lack thereof that was Cashman Field, the broadcast of it was horrible. But then even little things of the field was not up to standard many times. No. The PA announcer talking when literally game is happening. Like, these are absurd things. These are fundamental things that you can't do.
Remember that thing? Remember that game in 2022 when he was, spouting misogynistic jibes at a Rising player during gameplay?
Yeah.
He was still employed. Brett Lashbrook wouldn't get rid of him.
Boy. Oh, gosh, man. Yeah, it's not great. So
the ringleader has left the circus.
That is well said.
And it's not a good circus either.
Oh gosh,
it's like the circus that has kind of taken a dog and kind of put some fluff around it and says lion. It's like a rip-off kind of. That's
a lie. No, man, it's the wild thing of the fact that
saying PA guy blocked us on.
That's fair.
Okay, Reese.
This is fair. This is fair. No, not playing a home game in 23 until May because of the XFL. Oh dear gosh. It's just wild that this club is being purchased by Jose Batista, a guy
you'd imagine he's going to focus a little bit more on the sporting stuff.
That's the wild part. To me, if you hear that name being thrown out or anything like that, it's like, what's the connection? People might be skeptical. Dude, if you've seen this club over the last handful of years, the last 6 years, the bar is so low. The bar is so low. Yeah, don't matter, man.
The bar is in the... Look, if you manage to go throughout your entire tenure with this club and don't put the image of a guy from a car dealership on the inside of your jerseys, you've done better than Brett did. That's a low bar.
That's a very low bar. If you don't
But in case you really wanted the face of an old man on the inside of your jersey, relatively large. Yeah.
So just one is the face. I mean, the face is really large, or the old man was really large.
The face was printed reasonably large.
It was. I just want to make says Reese Batista word off. Brandon McCarthy, Vegas truly does own us. Oh boy, yeah. Someone was I think someone was talking about the immaculate grid of Toronto Blue Jays and LA Dodgers and the USL clubs and all that stuff. It's a horrible medium if you're watching on YouTube. But anyway, it's gonna be interesting, right? See where that club unfolds. Again, there's always something entertaining in Vegas. We just hope that it's at least it's more for the on-field stuff. I'm very curious what it's gonna look like 2024.
You'll see. We'll see.
We will see. Anything else around the USL, buddy?
You still owe people a tattoo.
I do.
Yeah,
actually,
you do.
We actually do have a little. We have a little sketch, little design to throw up.
You put this one out.
I did put this out there. Producer Damon, if you may, good sir. This.
I vote no.
Okay. Well, I actually like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, no. The ad man's got to be on the guy. This is just weird.
Well, maybe we could flow a cape where we put the ad man on it.
Well, no. See. Okay. Well,
Can we replace the head with a tattoo head? I still think that would be a reasonable adjustment.
It is my body, my choice. No, it's I think this is good. This is also designed by Miss Emma Clark. This is very good.
But it doesn't ultimately feature anything Rising themed. That's my concern.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I never once said anything about PHNX Rising themed.
No, but right now you're just going to get a weird superhero that says Adman next to it. That's my only concern.
I disrespectfully don't care about your concern. I'm getting a tattoo with Adman on it.
No,
people who know.
You said the community would have some involvement. Right now
we have been asking the community,
I'm seeing
and you haven't given us anything.
And I'm seeing 2 people saying no. Okay, we've got to find a way of adjusting this to make it acceptable.
Mikey, we've already ruled out the Max cartoon face. That has been determined in the court of law.
Pat says got to be standing superhero pose.
Okay, then give me a design. Give me something. You guys got listen, we've been asking people. Oh, boom.
Very cool.
My man. Yes. We've been asking people.
Shout out to John in the chat.
Send us these designs at PHNX __ Rising. Throw it in Discord. Send us the designs. Guys, we are 2.5 weeks away. We got to move on this. Okay, I'm not going to have this the day of hey, does this work? You got to have it prepped. You got to make sure that everything is good. With Tattoo Guy, rumor has it, maybe in studio next week.
Adman.
Ooh, meet my maker.
Adman.
But no, send us.
Ooh, put a star about. Okay, maybe we can incorporate it into the bit where it says Adman. The word mark. We can make the word mark work a bit better.
I'm intrigued.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
I'm intrigued. I do like it. Like it. Yeah.
I'll have a think about how we can play with the word mark.
Again, I do want to make this a high quality. I very much liked Emma's vision. It's very sleek and everything hit on it very well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As I was gonna say, we got to make it work. But again, send us the designs, send us ideas. Again, if you guys want change, show us the change. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how we go with this.
Yeah. Anything else, Mr.
Anything else? I feel like we kind of run to the end of this one now.
I think we have. Well, appreciate everyone joining us. I always say that a bit begrudgingly, but I do mean it, even though trolls.
The chat still will never accept the ruling that you don't have to get the tattoo face on there, I'm afraid.
Good thing I do not answer to Mikey. This has been the PHNX Rising.
You're going to get bullied so hard.
Buddy, have you seen me?
In person again. No, I know everyone bullies you.
I'm just gonna not show my face. I'm busy every game this season, home and away. So sorry. You can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX _ Rising, double the fun. You can follow. No. Do it again. I don't want to.
Do it again.
No, I will not. You can follow me on Twitter at Max. You can follow me on Twitter at Max David Simpson. You can follow Owen on Twitter at OJ Evans 18. You can follow producer Damon on Twitter at Damon Dog. That is Damon DAWG. You can follow Stylikey Reese on Twitter at Reese11 _
Why did that dog noise you made make it sound like it was in pain? I don't know. Max, it just sounded like it was in pain or confused, like you'd stepped on the poor dog.
Maybe I'm in pain. Maybe it was manifested in my bark. Follow Reese on Twitter. GG Stylikey. Hold on. Cheers. Yeah, it's a beautiful game. It's very beautiful when your team names head coach in a prompt manner.
We all silly like the mayor.